Welcome to Skyrocketing Your Lead Generation Online, your masterclass series on how to fill your sales pipeline with a consistent stream of high-paying clients. Your straight-up resource for actionable advice and mindset that will take you one step closer to generating consistent leads online into your business. I'm your host, Anjana Lal, and today we have JoAnn Bryant. JoAnn is a top marketing leader, funnel expert, and high-ticket closer. She has been a successful entrepreneur for over 20 years and recently scaled her second business, a digital marketing agency, by over 300% in less than 1 year. Wow. She is renowned for her high-level analysis of funnel and marketing data that she pairs with her innate ability to intuitively understand the wants, needs, fears, and dreams of her prospects, making her an unstoppable selling machine for her own businesses and for her clients. Welcome, JoAnn. I'm so honored to have you here today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here and speak with you and with your audience as well.
Thank you so much. So before we dive into the hot topic of the power of relationship building, can you tell us a little bit about your story, how your journey started and how you ended up doing what you're doing here today?
Well, it's a little crazy. So I became an entrepreneur and dive into a brick and mortar business at 21. So I was thrown into I got an offer to be a partner and I jumped in, and we were all young and we made a lot of mistakes. We learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if anything, it gave me a lot of knowledge, even sometimes on what not to do, of what worked and what didn't work. And to really progress and grow and just keep going. I see a lot of people, they dive in just like I did at that young age. And then things don't go well and then they just stop and they give up. And I am one where, okay, if this doesn't work, we just try something else. We try a different approach. We're going to keep going. We keep moving. It's never okay to just stop and end in my mind. It's always, you just try something new. And you have to always be open to growth and change. So I'm going to date myself. I'm a little bit older, obviously. I've been in business for a long time. And back then there was no Facebook and social media marketing. It was more of that, what we call old school. Yeah. And then this whole world came in of marketing a business, even if as a brick and mortar online, and it was important. And you had to learn. And I think that will always happen. So you can never get stuck in one way. You always need to be open to growth, open to change, and open to try new things. And that's really what will sustain you in any business venture that you go through. Is not be closed-minded, not be stuck like it's my way or no way. Build relationships, talk to people, learn, be open to new ways, see how that fits into your life and into your business where it's at. And don't be afraid to fail, because failure leads to success.
Absolutely. I mean, success is built on a pile of failures, right? And it's so important to not give up, just keep going, because that breakthrough is just a few more steps away, and people just give up too early. It's so sad when you see that. It breaks my heart.
Exactly. Same.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about relationship building in your sales pipeline. And I love this topic because like I mentioned to you earlier, I'm a connected by nature. And I know how crucial relationship building is for my LinkedIn marketing strategies when it comes to that targeted outreach and attracting the right clients. So JoAnn, can you tell me from your experience, why is relationship building so important when it comes to filling your sales pipeline?
So to me, in our world, even as a online marketing agency where we never meet people face to face, relationships is king. It is everything. It's 100%. If you focus on the relationship, you will close in the end with that client, most likely, or they're going to refer you to someone that does become a client, because you're now building that relationship. You're gaining that trust that you need. And they see you as a real human and not somebody that's just going after their money.
Absolutely.
It's someone they feel, okay, this person is listening to me. This person cares about what my issues are right now. And maybe they can solve my problem right now, but maybe down the line it will be a fit. But because I have a relationship, I'm going to circle back to them always.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to refer someone that I know that they could help. Like, this is who you need to talk to. And over time, that just grows and grows and grows. And now you're always having conversations. You're always building your following. And in the end, you end up closing more sales because of that.
And you probably end up attracting the right clients, right? Because you're talking to the people that you know you can help, building that know, like, and trust factor that you mentioned, that credibility, that rapport with them, and they get to know that you really do care about them and not just wanting to clip the ticket and make another sale.
Right, exactly. And I like to be, I don't like to approach a sales call as like, this is a closing call.
Yeah.
I have to have this percent of closing. It's just putting your focus in the wrong spot. I like to go into a call with a little bit of knowledge. I do research about who that person is. What is their picture? Like, could be their pain points. I don't decide what they are, but I ask them in that call, and I make sure I'm in a position where I'm listening. They're the ones doing the talking. And we're engaging about real issues that are going on with their business. What are their goals? What have been their issues, their hangups in the past? What's their struggle right now? And then I have the power, which I think is a great place to be, to decide, is this someone I can help? Is this someone I can serve? Or is this someone that I can't help, but I can give like a couple pieces of advice, or I can refer them to somebody, and I'm just growing my network, our circle. And either way, we both come out of that conversation in a better place with more knowledge. And sometimes you end up with an amazing client. It also keeps the clients that you really don't want to work with out of your circle.
Yeah.
You should never take on a client you don't really connect with, because it won't end well. And then you're going to have more stress. You're probably going to have negative reviews. And then there's more negative talk about you, and you're not really in love with your business at that point. So really putting up that wall of protection of who you work with. Can I really help this person? Get to know them, what their struggle is, and focus on serving instead of closing. Will really build more relationships, and in the ultimate end, you'll close more sales because of that focus shift.
Absolutely, because like, people can sense the energy, and if you are in an energy of desperation, you just want to make the sale, they can sniff that out, even if it's online, right?
Right.
And like, being of service, like showing up from a place of being of service. And exactly like you mentioned, if you're not the right person to help them, you can give them a few tips and tricks and then refer them onto the right people. But it's just such a better way to do business. Build on that relationship and really listen to what your ideal clients are telling you, what they want.
Right. And I've had some people come back when I've said that and say, well, I need sales. Who cares if they're not my ideal client? And I go, well, if you're getting on phone calls with the same type of person, you probably need to adjust your messaging of who you're attracting to get on a call or have a conversation with. So to me, that means, one, you either need to get on more calls and figure out what your messaging is, or two, like, you really need to dial. There's information in those DMs and in those phone calls that maybe even that you need to shift.
So true. Because often that lack of that strong relationship through your messaging, and even when you're on those sales calls, can be the missing link, right? When it comes to having a funnel that works, because you could have an amazing funnel and everything works just fine. But like, are you able to share, like, from your experience, or even if you've worked with a client, that sort of, you've been able to identify that this is where you're tripping up in your funnel?
So more times than not, in the actual funnel, it's in the copy.
Yeah.
So someone's trying to establish themselves as the expert. I can offer this service. And if you listen, I'm using I. Well, they end up writing their copy that way. And really what they need to is envision that ideal client, that like they're a real person, give them a name, put them in an outfit. Where are they sitting? What house do they live in? And you need to make your copy speak to that person and really paint the picture of what your service changes for them. How will their life be after they purchase this? How will all of these like typical things that you're thinking, well, I can do this. No, you need to switch it. You can have this. You will experience this. And really put it onto what their transformation is instead of all about yourself at that point. And it really comes into that funnel. And with phone conversations, you're going to be able to dial in what wording people are responding to. What's the message? What's the struggle? And then you can identify that struggle in there because now they're connecting to the copy. Like, this person just described me. Yeah. They know what my problem is. So I think they can solve it. Yeah. Because you identified it really clearly. But if you're too vague, you're trying to grab too many people into your funnel, it just won't work. You've got to talk to that one person and dial it in and tell them that you understand them and you can help them.
And that's key, right? Focusing on that transformation and really dialing in the message in terms of what their pain points are and speaking into them like they think you know them intimately without.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what are you noticing at the moment in particular, given the global climate and the trying times that we're in? Like, what is coming up with a lot of business owners when it comes to generating those consistent leads and signing on new clients?
So I'm seeing people are falling into two buckets. They're freaking out. They're crawling into a ball. And they're like, I can't do this. I can't sell during this time. Or they're stepping out and understanding they have an opportunity to serve further. And I want people to really focus. They can't stop selling. It's their business. But if you're always selling like I need to close, you are going to come off kind of jerky, right? You're just not going to come off well. But if you're always having conversations where you're serving and you can help, they always just come off better. Business isn't stopping right now. In fact, a lot of people are investing in themselves. A lot of people are investing online right now into people that they are connecting with. So the best thing right now is you need to keep showing up for your clients, because if they are in a state of worry, they're looking for help, they're trying to decide who they're going to connect with. So you need to keep showing up consistently and be the person that they choose and connect with.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing up is so important, and just really standing in your power to do that.
Right.
So, I mean, there's so much noise out there online, right? People's inboxes are inundated, making it difficult to remain top of mind with your target audience. So how can you speak into this, and like what strategies have proven to stand out in the crowded market that we're currently operating in?
Well, I think you only are blending in if that's who you end up going after. If you're trying to go too broad, you're going to blend in.
Yeah.
You're trying to go after 50,000 people. I need the number of followers. That doesn't matter, because if you have 50,000 followers and 5 of those people are actually your ideal client that's invested in you, that's 5 people that you have a potential to sell to. Yeah. But if you have a group of 150 raving fans, I love everything that you do and that you speak about, you have 150 potential people that will buy from you. That's a massive difference in sales that could change and transform your life forever.
Yeah.
If only half of those people bought like a high-end product from you versus half of the group of 5 of the 50,000. See, those numbers, people tend to focus on vanity too much. Right. And they've got to dial and niche down. And it all goes back to that ideal client and really speak to them, show up to that person, serve them, find out where they're hanging out online, and offer your value, your expertise, and be ready to make that offer when the time is right also.
Yeah, absolutely. And not getting caught up in that vanity, like you mentioned, because, I had some of my clients come to me and go, well, nobody commented on my article, or, and then they stop showing up. And it's like, no, it's not
Right.
about that. People don't necessarily need to comment, right? You know that the eyeballs are there. And I think some of the biggest mistakes people do make is they just stop, or they think, okay, it's not working,
Right.
without really testing it. What are some of the biggest mistakes you've seen people make when it comes to like handling those online leads, and how would you suggest they fix it?
So your first DM, or you get a lead and you're
Mm.
super excited, and they get so excited, I got to close them. I'm going to make an offer right away.
Yeah.
But we're going back to that relationship piece. Like I instantly am like, I'm out. Don't message me. Like, I don't even know what you do. Let's have a conversation. Do I even like your personality? We deal with all personal brands. Many are coaches. And if somebody's connecting with a coach, they need to know who you are, how you coach, how you talk, how you relate to people, and is that someone that I can connect with?
Yeah.
So they need to see what that is online. The
Yeah.
other piece is, like, if you're looking for always large amounts of engagement, our biggest clients have admitted they followed us and were
Mhm.
looking at all of our stuff. They didn't like or comment on anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's never actually a good gauge of who will end up being your client in
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
it's just important to keep showing up,
Mm-hmm.
stop focusing on the end result,
Yeah.
and just see if it's someone you want to actually work with, because then you come across human and not as, a bot online.
Absolutely. Exactly. It's just showing up authentically.
Mm-hmm.
So can you share a little bit about your experience and expertise when it comes to video content marketing? Because that's where I started to really get to know you, right? As I mentioned, it was just your videos and those blogs or vlogs that you do. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really love your energy. Like, what's your experience with that?
So, first and foremost, the quickest and fastest way to get someone to know, like, trust you, that we all talk about, and to build that relationship is for them to see you, hear you, see how you interact, see your body language, see your energy, see your excitement, and they're going to connect with you a lot faster. The other great thing about video is if you can find the topics that you speak on instantly for 20 minutes. If I handed you a mic, I could talk about this. If you make a list of those are now your topics over like a monthly theme.
Yeah.
And then you film that 20, 30-minute talk, transcribe it, turn it into blogs, turn it into quote experts, like from you, as now here are your quotes, and those are other nuggets. So you have one video where you are the established expert, you are teaching, you're providing value, your followers will love it. And then you take all these nuggets of gold that are in that 20, 30-minute video.
Yeah.
And now you have these little quick pieces that you can just keep posting so that you can show up consistently. And it's your voice. It's not somebody making up a quote for you. You're not sharing someone else's content. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see is someone is trying to be the expert in their field, but they're only sharing other people's posts on their social media sites. It's like, no, you need to be the one showing up to your audience.
Yeah.
You need to be the one that is the expert, so that they can connect with you. And video is just the quickest way to do that. And people are consuming hours and hours of video right now. So it's an important piece. You can take that video, make small little nuggets for your IG page, for your group. They can go all over. One video you can get well over 150 pieces of content from.
I love it.
That's massive amount of value from one topic.
Yeah, repurposing it, right? And just making it, stretching it out to really maximize what you've put together is amazing. That's such valuable advice. That's golden. And I just love what you've created. Like I said, I've just like, I felt like I got to know you even better than you and I connected. And it was just like that energy, it really shows. And that's what gets people to connect with you. I mean, showing up and video, so powerful. JoAnn, you
Yep.
had a gift to share with our audience today. Can you tell us a little bit about your gift?
So I have some tips on how to close. A lot of them we talked about today, but just to have those great, awesome sales conversations, I'll probably even throw in some of our content specials. But we'll have it at the link that you'll post here in the interview, and there'll be some nice goodies for your audience to grab and take advantage of.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, and the link for the free gift is listed below. So click on the link and it will take you directly to the page where you can download it. JoAnn, is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners before we close?
Nope, I think today was great. Just remember to serve. Don't focus on the end result. Be human, be authentic, and keep showing up every day, and you will have progression in your business for sure.
Amazing. So would that be the last piece of advice that you would leave our listeners, something that they can, like take actionable steps right now? Like, would it just be consistency?
So right now you need to consistently show up, and you need to start reaching out to people. And it's not reaching out to close, it's reaching out to build a relationship and start making connections. Because if you are not talking to people, you have no chance of a sale, which means you don't have a business. So you need to open the opportunity for yourself and to share your knowledge and with other people and start making those connections. But go out there, take action, schedule calls, do those DMs and messages with not the intent to close, but just an intent to connect.
Absolutely. And this is the best time to do it because you can truly do it out of authenticity, right? And say, just how are you going? How's everything going?
Exactly.
Outreach is super powerful. JoAnn, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your wisdom and insights with our audience. It's been fabulous. I've really enjoyed having you on today.
It's been great. Thank you.
And for those of you tuning in, be sure to come back tomorrow for the next masterclass on skyrocketing your lead generation online. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye.